Hey dear. Yes, Reno? Whatever happened to all those makeup weirdos? That's a really good question. Lost My Duck Season 3. We're back to talk about some makeup weirdos. Anyways, hi everybody. How are you doing? I'm doing okay. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're doing well. I hope this November day finds you cozy. Unless you're where it's summer, I hope it finds you cool. Because we live on a globe. Anyways, aside from that, how's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. Everything's pish posh, hodgepodge, whatever you want to call it. Makeup weirdos. So, the other day, Reno was like, whatever happened to all those makeup weirdos? He's like, you don't hear from Voldemort very often. Jeffree Star. And I actually mentioned him in the last episode. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what happened to all the makeup weirdos. I feel like they're still around. But a lot of us, if you're my age, I'm 39, a lot of us just kind of grew out of it. Do you know what I mean? They're still there for the younger generations. They're still there. And they have their own makeup weirdos. They have like the Meredith Duxburys and the Michaela. It's like a monster from Boston with a really bad accent. Anyway, that's another video. So they have those, and they have the other girls, and I don't know. I can't think of any of them. I know about Meredith Duxbury because she weirds me out. Because she puts the foundation on like lotion. Who else is there? The one that I had to do the stitch for with Ole Hendrickson that I can't remember her name right now. Maybe I should remember her name. I don't remember. That's okay, though. That's okay. But whatever happened to the makeup weirdos? So, blatantly obvious is Jeffree Star. He's all over TikTok all the time. I don't go on TikTok, so that's probably why I don't know a lot about what's going on. I don't go on TikTok. I know he's on Instagram a lot. Not as much as he used to be, but he definitely posts about his yaks and his dogs. So what everybody else posts about on Instagram. And he has the odd, I think he had a YouTube video about his new collection. I'm not sure. It was like an anniversary for Beauty Killer. It's like one of the palettes I didn't get. I have some other palettes that are going to go up for sale, or they're already up for sale. I don't know. It depends on where we are in November. Anyway, I never used them. I just have them. I think I still have the original boxes for most of them. So we'll find out. Check my Poshmark. So a big thing with the makeup weirdos, especially the Jeffree Star stuff, is him and Shane Dawson did the conspiracy palette and that whole Jeffree Star x Shane Dawson collection. Shane Dawson got canceled real bad for being a creep on the internet about a year after that palette came out and that whole Shane Dawson collection came out. He was a weirdo. And I feel like a lot of the makeup people from, the beauty guru heyday got themselves canceled because they're just shitty people. Because there was all of the like, oh God, there was so much. There was the whole Bi Sisters thing with the Sugar Bear gummy thing and James Charles. And James Charles got himself canceled how many times? And he's kind of still around. I don't know. I don't go on TikTok, so I don't know what's going on over there. But he was talking to underage boys and like trying to like make people gay. And I don't care what your sexuality is. Don't be a shitty human being. You know what I mean? Just don't be shitty. Don't be shitty. Try to not be shitty. And then, like, who else was there? There's Jaclyn Hill and Lipstick Gate. Do you guys remember Lipstick Gate? What a fucking mess that was. Can't you just admit that there was something wrong with the manufacturing and then go back and be like, okay, we're going to send you a new lipstick, and just take that hit, and you lied about owning it. Who owned her makeup brand? I don't remember who it was. Was it Cody? I don't remember who it was, but that makeup brand filed for bankruptcy. The same people who owned Morphe. Was it Morphe? Anyways, there was a lot of makeup guru, makeup weirdo shittiness going on. Who else was there? Tatya. Yeah, she was the sugar bear one. But I always found her videos like, there's clickbait. And then there is fucking clickbait. And her video, she had one, and I remember clicking on it, and it was like, I threw out all of my expired makeup. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, no, you didn't. What? In the clean bin beside there? And she's going through it and like tossing it out and like, oh, this is gonna kill me, and do all this other stuff. And like, there are some products you should not use expired. There's a lot of reasons, especially things with acids in them, because they could burn your skin. Holy shit. Also, just be careful if your makeup's expired, like, clean it. Clean your makeup. What else was there? There was a lot of crazy shit going on back then, and there was like, this is before Lashgate. Whatever happened to all these people? I think what ended up happening, because there was like, Jeffree Star was friends with Manny MUA and the other girl. What is her name? I can't remember. They're shady people. I remember Manny, the last video I saw of his, he put out this video about James Charles's eyeshadow, and I did a video on this, but I recently took it down because I just don't care anymore. He was like, I have vitiligo, that's why the eyeshadow doesn't work on my eyes. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, that's not how that fucking works. My sister has vitiligo. That's not how it works. He just has shitty eyeshadow. The painted thing. It's just shitty eyeshadow. Was that like last year or the year before? I don't know. But Manny and Laura Lee. Anyways, they would go into Sephora and they would do these Sephora hauls, and they're like, we're paying for it with all our own money, but use this code. And it's like, well, what does that code get me? Oh, it gets you like 10% off, and it gets them commission. And they just left that part out completely. And I think this is also a big reason why the FTC is like cracking down on this shit, and consumer protection agencies are cracking down on it. It's because like, you guys can't just sit there and go into Sephora and be like, I'm doing a Sephora haul, and then just not disclose that this code is making you money. Shady McShadies. Come on, guys. We're not stupid. We're not stupid. And if you think we're that stupid, shame on us as consumers. Shame on us. There was some other like crazy stuff. Oh, when Shane and Jeffree, not the palette, but they reviewed the Kylie skincare, Kylie Skin. I think I remember them liking some of it, and one of them, it was like a face wash or like the cleanser or something, started burning Shane's skin, and like it was actually hurting his skin on camera, and like that's a big sensitivity to one of the ingredients in it. And I guess like overall it wasn't Jeffree Star approved, but there was like 2 things that were, and like everybody thinking that Elf was paying him for reviews when Elf was just coming out with some really good shit, like that Jelly Pop collection, that watermelon face cleanser, the Jelly Pop watermelon face cleanser, is in my top 5 ever favorite face cleansers, and they don't have it anymore, and I'm pissed off about it. Every time they special edition it, I buy 2, because I freaking love that stuff. I love it. I love it so much. So that was like a great collection. Everyone's, oh, Jeffree Star's being paid to say it's good. There was one of the things in there he didn't like. I think it was the lip glosses, because I wasn't a big fan of them either. But that primer, the grip primer, like, Elf makes good stuff. They do. It's not as good as like the setting powder I have on right now. All I have on my face right now is like sunscreen and the Charlotte Tilbury setting powder and some mascara, and I think I look really good today. Correct me if I'm wrong, please, but the e.l.f. Halo Glow stuff doesn't touch the Charlotte Tilbury shit. It just doesn't. It doesn't. And it used to when I was younger. I was like, this is amazing, because it was also $9. And the Charlotte Tilbury is $60. But as aging Josie has found out, there's a reason one is $9 and one is $60. Okay? And I know people are like, oh, but it's the same ingredients and meh. And I'm like, okay, sure, they all have like, I don't know, mica or whatever in them. That's eyeshadow pigment or eyeshadow sparkle. Sorry, is mica. But, oh, that's a Patrick Ta thing going on there with those eyeshadows. But here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. And what none of the beauty gurus used to touch on is that, yeah, okay, they have the same ingredients, but where they are on the list is how much of what is in there. And like if you have mica first or mica 7th, it's going to make a difference. And then where you get the ingredients and the formulation and the weight and how much you put in of everything and blah, blah, blah. It's chemistry, right? Anyways, what other crazy beauty guru things were happening back in the day? And why it's like, I feel like it's so much more calm now than it used to be. Because it used to be like, it used to be a shit show. And now, like, the only real big shit show is Michaela lying about everything. And, like, the odd Manny video where he's like, I still love James Charles. And you're like, sir, that's very, very 2019 of you. Maybe you should stop that. Like, I don't know, was James Charles around in 2019? I guess like another big one was James Charles befriending the D'Amelio sisters. Is that what they were called? D'Amelio? Charlie and Dixie? I don't hear about them anymore either. Don't hear about them, but James Charles was their friend, and I just think he was doing that to, still have clout. I don't think he did that for any other reason than to up himself. I think all of these people are narcissists to the extreme who just like me, and I'm going to walk all over everybody to get as popular and most famous as I possibly can. And there's some out there that aren't, and you can sort of tell. I can't think of any off the top of my head who aren't complete fucking narcissists. And like the worst kind ever. The kind where like you kind of see the mask slip like every single video they do. And yes, and I do think Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, James Charles, Tati, Jacqueline, who else was in there? The Michaelas of the world, the Meredith Duxburys, every single one of them is a narcissist. Every single one of them. And they're just sucking the attention towards themselves because they do shady shit all the time to get that attention. But it'll never be as good as it was during the whole, what was it called? Dramageddon. It was called Dramageddon. Nothing will ever be as good as Dramageddon. Watching that train wreck on YouTube during the pandemic was amazing. And then you had people like Rich Lux sitting there like capitalizing off of it. I think he's a narcissist too, and I know somebody who knows some things about that whole situation. But yeah, it's just like he's a grade A narcissist. And like, if you watched his channel, this is when I stopped watching Rich Lux. And I didn't watch him like religiously, but like this is what made me unsubscribe on YouTube. I don't know if I follow him on Instagram. Maybe. I have no idea. I haven't looked in a very long time. But he started doing videos. He had this boyfriend, okay? And you could tell this whole thing was fucking staged. The entire thing. He's like, oh, I'm moving apartments for my boyfriend, and he's looking at other apartments, and like the apartment he had was gorgeous. I don't know if he still lives there. I hope he does, because I loved that apartment. I would live in that apartment. It was really, really, really good. But yeah, he was like, the boyfriend, was all, I want to work and all this stuff. And Rich was like, no, I'm going to take care of you and all these other things. I want a stay-at-home wife and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, you're playing this. It was so obnoxiously ridiculous that I unsubscribed. I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done. Why are you doing this? What is happening? I think the stuff that went on with Jeffree Star and his boyfriend, I can't remember his boyfriend's name. Nathan. I think Nathan had been screwing around on Jeffree for a while because he never seemed happy. Do you know what I mean? He never seemed happy in any of those videos. And Jeffree just seemed so like nonchalant about some of the shit. But you could tell they liked each other. I don't know if they loved each other, but that was like a huge breakup for both of them. And I don't mean I don't know if they loved each other. Like I'm sure they did, but I don't know if they like the one, like loved each other. And it's unfortunate for both of them. Like you're with somebody. How long were they together? 7, 9 years or something like that? 7 or 9 years. And then suddenly you're like, nah, well, I guess we're done. I think there was a lot that went on around there. Anywho, I don't know if we'll ever have the old school beauty guru and the Dramageddon and all the other stuff back again. Because now Rich Lux is mostly on TikTok and just like talks about Michaela and Jeffree Star hating each other, and like then Spill Sesh or whatever, Spill Tea, blah blah, the one that revealed herself with Manny MUA. Of all the shady creeps you could do that with, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just be like, here I am, here's me? And every once in a while her videos pop up on my thing, and now she's sitting there with a microphone like a reporter, la 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 la. And I'm like, this is the stupidest shit ever. Why don't you just keep your face hidden? Or just like, keep the same format with your videos, because it was more fun. It was more fun just doing the voiceover stuff. Sometimes a voiceover is great, and that's all you need to tell the story. You don't need to put your face in it. My podcasts are just me talking and rambling, so I'm not going to put a bunch of shit in them because they're designed for people who are just listening. And every once in a while I'll have one. I'll be like, there's going to be a video in this if you're just listening. And I think I designed my podcast that way because I was in radio for so long. And that's how I know how to do this. Is without pictures. You know what I mean? That was my specialty. So, aside from all of that, I think I'm done ranting about this for now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!